Let me tell you something strange about being understood. Most people spend their entire lives trying to be seen. They talk louder, share more, explain endlessly. Yet some people, they stay quiet. Not because they have nothing to say, but because what they feel is too deep for casual conversation. You might know someone like that. Someone who sees through you before you finished your sentence. Someone who feels everything but shows almost nothing. Maybe you are someone like that. They call it INFJ, the rarest personality type in the world. Only 1 to 2% of people carry this way of being. And here's what makes it so fascinating. They don't just think differently. They experience reality on a completely different frequency altogether. See, most people process the world in facts, in logic, and what's right in front of them. But INFJs? They live in the space between words. They read emotions like others read text. They sense what you're not saying, what you're hiding, even what you don't know about yourself yet. It's not magic. It's empathy so deep it borders on exhaustion. Because here's the thing. When you feel everything, you carry everything. Other people's pain, their unspoken fears, their silent struggles. INFJs absorb it all, like sponges in a world that's constantly overflowing. And that's the paradox. They're surrounded by people, yet they feel profoundly alone, because no one sees them the way they see everyone else. No one asks what they're carrying. People are too busy being understood by the INFJ to wonder if the INFJ needs understanding too. So they retreat. Not out of coldness, but out of survival. They need silence to process the noise. They need solitude to recharge from a world that drains them constantly. But don't mistake their silence for emptiness. INFJs are visionaries. They see patterns others miss. They dream of worlds that don't exist yet, of systems that could heal, of connections that could transform everything. They're idealists in a world that often feels broken, and that's both their gift and their burden. Because when you see the potential in everything, you also see the gap, the distance between what is and what could be. And that gap, it aches. It pulls at them every single day. They want depth in a world built on surface. They crave authenticity in a culture of performance. They seek meaning while everyone else is chasing validation. And the world doesn't always understand that hunger. People mistake their quietness for shyness, their need for alone time for being antisocial, their careful words for having nothing to say. But the truth is far different. INFJs don't speak less because they think less. They speak less because they feel more, process more than most people can imagine. They're the friend who remembers what you said 3 months ago, the one who notices when your smile doesn't reach your eyes, the one who asks how you're really doing and actually waits for the real answer. They give so much of themselves that sometimes there's nothing left, and that's when the loneliness hits hardest, when they realize they've been pouring into everyone else while running on empty themselves. But here's what makes INFJ so remarkable. Despite all the exhaustion, despite feeling misunderstood, despite carrying weights that aren't theirs to carry, they don't stop caring. They don't become cold. They don't shut down completely. They keep showing up, keep feeling deeply, keep hoping for a world that matches the vision in their hearts. And maybe that's why they're rare. Because the world isn't built for people who feel this much, who care this deeply, who who see this clearly. It takes a special kind of strength to stay soft in a hard world. But here's what INFJs understand that most don't. Being misunderstood doesn't mean being wrong. Being rare doesn't mean being broken. And sometimes, the loneliest thing you can be is exactly what the world needs most. Because in a world desperate for genuine connection, for real empathy, for someone who actually sees, the INFJ is the mirror we all need, but rarely deserve.